friends, it's Julie, and if you saw part 1 of my series about cosplay, then you know that I'm going to be doing the cosplay makeup for the character Iris Godelova from the book Love at First Light from the Perspective series. And so the last one I talked about the importance of primer when you're going to be cosplaying when you have sensitive skin or rosacea like I have. At that point I showed you this little sample. This is the Shiseido Glow Enhancing Primer, and I was retesting that because the last time I wore this was probably around 8 months ago or something. Like it was a while ago, so I wanted to make sure that my skin wasn't going to react to it because it's an expensive primer, and the only makeup that I really spend money on is the stuff that's going to be coming in direct contact with my skin. So I did go out, I just opened the box again. I did go out and buy it. It did not react with my skin. It did very, very well. So this is what it looks like. I will, by the way, this is not a sponsored video, but I will put a list of any products that I use in the description box so that you can check them out if you want to, or just understand what I said in case I just went like that. Anyway, so this is the Shiseido Glow Enhancing Primer. It says it smooths on for a vibrant finish and it's oil free, and it does not react with my skin. Shiseido products are known for being very good for and very gentle on reactive skin. This is what the actual little tube looks like when you take it out of the box. I'm not entirely good at doing close-ups yet, but I'm learning. I'm trying to make these videos as good as I can for you. So before putting this on, I should have mentioned actually in the last video, I washed my skin and I treated and moisturized it. If you're going to be outside, like if you're LARPing or doing anything like cosplay where you're going to be outside for a while before you go inside, if there's going to be a lineup or something like that, put sunscreen on underneath. Very, very important. It doesn't seem like it should be important, but it really, really is. It makes all the difference. Get a really good sunscreen. Anything that comes in direct contact with your skin, that's where you should spend your money. Then you can get all of the junk makeup or cheaper stuff or whatever if you want to for the rest of it, which is exactly what I do because I don't have the kind of money that I would need for spending a fortune on costume makeup. So I'll speed through. I will show myself applying these products, but I will speed through it so you don't have to sit there watching me, you know, do every single stroke, every brush or anything like that. But so taking off the glasses. So today's video, I will be applying the primer, and then I will be putting on the foundation. You've seen in previous videos that I've done that I actually will use drugstore products for foundation. I don't have a problem with drugstore products as long as I can find one that won't react with my skin and that will give me the proper coverage, for example, that layers well, so I can do one after the other, one layer after the next, such as I believe it was the CoverGirl product, I think, that I showed in one of my previous videos. I'll put the link to that on the screen and in the description for this video. By the way, you might notice that I'm using my fingers to apply the primer. That's because it goes on clear. It comes out as kind of a little bit of a whitish clear sort of lotion sort of substance, but it does go on clear. So it's not like foundation where you really have to use the right tool to use to get the most even coverage. So because of that, fingers are much more gentle than brushes and sponges, so I always choose to go with that. And another little trick that I've learned is when you're doing your eye area, use your ring finger. It will actually apply the least amount of pressure, so you will not only not irritate the skin, but you won't stretch it out and create wrinkles and things like that. And since people with sensitive skin often react to anti-aging products, we can use all the help we get. So using your ring finger for the area around your eyes is a good idea. Okay, so that's the primer on. See, it looks like absolutely nothing. By the way, you might notice that my skin looks very, very red. That's because I just washed it right before starting this video. It's really important to have a clean, moisturized face. So anytime I touch my skin or anything like that, it flares right up. So that's why I have a bit of redness going on. I'll do a bit of a close-up to show you that I'm not joking. Hopefully you can see this. But yeah, so next in line, you may have seen this sample before. I wouldn't use this again. This sample I got about a year ago. It's also the Shiseido product. and it comes in this box here. It's the Shiseido Advanced Hydro Liquid Compact Flawless Radiant Coverage Foundation. This is a heavier coverage, but in a gentle product. Again, I'll put all of this information in the description below. This color is Natural Light Ivory. It's I-20 because I'm pale as a ghost. So that comes, actually I purchased because I bought that in the form of a refill. You have to buy the compact separately. So when you buy the compact itself, it looks like this. So just gonna, oh, sorry about, it looks like this. But when you actually, let's see if I can do this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it without. There we go. Okay, when you actually take it out of the box, it looks like this little guy here originally, and that's the color. So that would be Light Ivory I-20, and it comes just in this little case like this. The next step is the foundation. I'm not going to bore you with watching the whole thing, so this is where I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to put the foundation on. You can watch that in fast motion, and then I'll start talking again. This should be just a couple of seconds. I should also point out that I'm using these little disposable wedges to apply the makeup, because I don't normally use the sponges that come with the product, because I don't trust that they can get clean enough in between applications, so I just use these little disposable ones most of the time. I know it's not great for the environment, but because every little thing causes my skin to react, I have to be very careful, and I almost never wear makeup, so that's kind of how I justify it in my head. If I come up with a better solution, I definitely will. My brushes I keep and wash, but in terms of when I have to do a dry application with these little sponges and things, that's what I've got going so far. So that would be the foundation applied. Now, as pale as I am, and let's just get closer, because it's like, show that does have very good coverage. As pale as I am, Iris Skadelova is paler than me, so I do take the extra step. This product here, the Shiseido foundation, this product is actually a liquid to a powder, so it does do quite a nice finish to it that doesn't normally need a powder to go on top, but because I need to take my skin tone down just a little bit whiter, I found a translucent to ivory powder, and it is very, very inexpensive. And this is, I don't know if you can see what the actual color of it is, but it's just NYC New York color, so it's basically the cheapest thing that was out there. It was probably like $3.99 or something like that. And it's loose, translucent base powder. It's really, really light, and it's also lightening. So on the brush, if you can see, it comes out very, very pale. So I just add this as a layer on top of my foundation to help to make my skin tone much more like Iris, because with Iris, the more pale the better. So that's just brought things down just a little bit more. To the point where I am extremely ghostly pale right now. I have been asked if I use green underneath my foundation to try to take the red away. I've tried different products like this one and a bunch of others, so it's not just this one. This one's Maybelline Cover Stick Corrector Concealer. I've tried quite a few of these. I've tried liquid ones from Carol Baker, the Visage line, things like that. Because I am as pale as I am, the green shows through pretty much every foundation I've ever tried, so I have no success with green whatsoever. it shows through, and then it gives it kind of a muddy look on my face. Instead of my actual skin color, it ends up looking like I've got these kind of muddy patches on my face, so it just doesn't work for me. If you have a slightly darker skin tone than me, it might work for you, so I can't say that doesn't work for anybody because I don't know that. This entire thing is just it's what works for me, because maybe it'll work for you too. So that would be the foundation that I've applied to help to make myself very, very pale like Iris Katelova, and I will be moving on to the blush and highlighting and sparkles and twinkles and things like that, because she is at quite a very special event, so she would have that kind of look to her while she was there. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more videos like this one or continue with the rest of the series, I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. And other than that, I guess I'll see you next time.